What's up, everybody? This is Cody High Roller again. So, me and Harvey, we decided we were going to pay our local police department a visit to see if they were keeping it honest. To nobody's surprise at all, they wasn't, as they tried to lie and have us trespassed and arrested off public property. This one's loaded with good action. We ended up getting the sergeant out there. They even went as far as calling us clowns, even though they're the whole circus. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.
I'm not trespassing. This is public property. My tax dollars pay for y'all to rent it.
Okay, what's it gonna take? What can I do to convince you to leave the
If
property?
you're threatening me with arrest, I will leave.
Okay.
But then you're violating my rights at the same time.
I'm not violating your rights. But I'm gonna tell you, if you don't leave the parking lot, you will be arrested.
Well, I'm gonna leave then.
Have a good day.
All right, appreciate it.
I swear, I put the camera down for 2 minutes and this is what happens. So what happened?
They threatened me with arrest, so I left. Public property.
This is public property?
It is public property. He threatened me with arrest, so I left.
I'm gonna talk to this guy. Say, man, what's going on? Is this public property? What the hell's going on here, man? Are you sure this is public property?
This is public property, bro.
I'm gonna ask him for a property outline. Find out what's public and what's not. I'm not sure. I think you're right. I think this is private
Dude,
property.
this is
public
property, man.
This is public property.
There's no trespassing signs.
This is the parking lot to the police department. There's no trespassing signs.
Well,
That's bullshit.
yeah, he threatened to arrest me, so I left.
I put down my camera for a minute, and then somebody starts getting threatened with arrest.
I'm pretty sure.
Every time I put my camera down for a second, and you go in a building like this, automatically threatened with arrest. How are you even supposed to enter the building? Let's go enter the building, man. See what's. This is bullshit. Are you the manager here?
How do you figure that this is private property? Don't you realize our tax dollars pay for this? Even though y'all rent it from a private person, our tax dollars still pay for it, which makes it public, open to the public. Do you guys not understand that?
How much you guys pay in rent is my question. You guys pay a lot in rent. We believe it's like $100,000. Hey, so who insures your cop cars?
Insures it?
Yeah.
Okay, with the city of Fort Worth, self-insured.
So the city of Fort Worth funds your insurance?
Yeah.
Through what company? They've declared themselves their own insurance company, or they use a private insurance company?
No, it's private. It was not a private. It's the city itself.
Oh, the city itself funds your insurance. Does the city of Fort Worth, do they also insure private citizens?
I don't know what that means. What are you talking about?
Like, let's say if I wanted to get my insurance through the city of Fort Worth, would they insure me?
No, they're not an insurance company.
See, it even says right here on this.
So how does the insurance work for you guys?
No,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
you'd have to ask.
because
More than me.
yeah, because my problem is the high insurance rates. So I was saying, okay, well, if the police are getting free insurance, is there a way for me to get free insurance?
I don't know.
See
I
how
mean,
you got
and
this
if you look
sign
at,
here?
how much you guys pay in rent per month,
I don't.
I believe there would be a list, a pool of people that would be eligible for free insurance.
See how you got this sign on this door saying that your office is
He would like to know, and I would.
Cody.
I can't hear both y'all when you talk over each other.
You see how you have a sign here saying that this office is a non-public secure area? That means all the rest of this is public. And there's no signs like that around back where the guy he threatened me with arrest if I didn't leave.
Who determines your property line? Is it the city hall?
What?
Does the city hall determine what your property line is? What's public and private?
I don't know.
You don't know? I do.
Questions are not.
I think the back parking lot's public property, but so do you have an outline of your what's private and what's public in here?
No.
You don't even have that. So how would somebody in the back supposed to know that if the back lot's private or not if there's no signs and you don't even know what the property line is?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Because they threatened him with arrest over it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's right?
But, what, you get the officer's
I've got
names?
his name and his badge.
You want to pull up your cameras?
I don't
Can you you can't pull up the cameras? So there's no cameras in the back.
Yeah, I was just in the back checking out the police cars that we pay for, and I was threatened with arrest.
So that's why I would like to know. You said you don't know the property line. You said you don't know if City Hall determines your property line. So who determines what's public and private property?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I answer phone calls
Well,
up here.
And anything that our tax dollars
What do you
pay
think we should talk
for
to
is
Amanda?
public property.
We should try to get.
But they'll have places like that sign right there on that door means you cannot go in that door. That's restricted access.
Correct.
There was no signs anywhere in the back that says no trespassing, no restricted access. None of that was back there. So it's.
So who makes the
anywhere
decisions
where
here?
They don't have that sign right there is public, open to the public access.
Who makes the decisions here, sir?
This
Can
is
you answer
public
your
property.
question or his question? You guys.
He wasn't asking a question, he was making a statement.
Fun doing this, but I think you know most of the answers.
I don't know who runs this
Questions
building
you're asking.
besides me.
What's that?
Besides us, the taxpayer.
What are you talking? What question? Are you
My question is because you said you don't know if there's cameras here. You don't know who what the property line is. You don't know who determines the property line. My question is, who makes those decisions around here?
Not me.
Do you know who your boss is?
Yes. I do.
Then we may need to talk to him then, because I'd like to know what's the actual property line of public and private in this building, because I believe that back parking lot's public, and I believe it is, because it's funny. I know he says he knows for a fact it is.
No,
I believe it
this
is,
whole building.
and he was threatened with arrest for being on public property.
This whole building is public. Now they have restricted areas where it's not public access.
So I'd like to know what the property line is.
To answer the question, what is it that you want then?
To know what the property line is, to know what's public and private, because you don't have signs posted, and you said you don't even have cameras.
Well, I mean, I asked you one question when I came in. Is this a public or a private building? And you said it's a public building.
You said it was.
You did.
It was a private building, open to the public.
Oh, okay. Well,
So the government. So you guys declared yourself private?
that's an oxymoron. It's a public building, a private building open to the public.
I'm confused. This is the police department, ain't it?
Gas station, that's private property.
Is this the police department?
This is the police department, correct?
That's
This is
pretty
Fort.
basic stuff.
There's something funny going
This
on
is the
here.
Fort Worth
So,
Police
so
Department.
this is the police department.
That's pretty basic stuff. That this is a public building. Fort Worth Police Department.
That's why I was saying, can we talk to your
Paid
boss, somebody
for
that
by our
knows?
tax
Because
dollars.
we're concerned that this guy's threatened with arrest for being in a public area.
Oh, there's that blue line flag, man. That's
So can you get? We might have to just get your boss out here, man.
And listen to what he said, he probably explained the whole arrest thing a little bit better.
Did he explain the arrest to you?
Yeah, he explained it. He said if you don't get off of this public property, you're going to jail.
Okay. So with that being said, can we get some clarification on what the property line is?
No,
No.
no,
So it's public property then if you can't determine that it's private.
says you.
It says what our taxpayer pays for, and that's supposed to be a public parking lot.
I know that.
I'm asking for some clarity on whether it's public or private. If you can show what your property line is,
I know that blue line flag sticker right there.
that's all I'm asking.
That's a desecration of the flag,
Did not.
according to the flag code of the United States of America.
I can't hear you. What?
I can't provide the answers to the questions, some of the questions.
Can we speak to a supervisor?
What's that?
Can we speak to your supervisor then? Because
Supervisor.
I don't know how much more clear I can
When he
be.
gets back here, I'll be sure to send him up.
What are we needing now?
They would like to talk to a supervisor.
No, I'll tell you what I need. The supervisor was after you couldn't answer anything. My question is the back parking lot, is that public or private property?
He wants to talk to a
Who
supervisor.
determines?
You guys can have a seat over there if you want to wait for a supervisor.
I'm just trying to be transparent, you know.
We can have
I'm
a
trying to be
seat,
transparent.
Or we can stand right here.
Or you can stand right there,
Thank you.
whatever y'all would like to do.
I wish you guys would take down that blue line flag, man. That's a desecration of the flag.
Yeah, I just noticed
There's
that.
no difference between that and burning the flag. It's both against flag code.
They even got the one
I don't
across
understand
Texas.
why you guys can't understand that, man.
Never heard that before.
Well, it's true.
What is it? Do you know what the blue line flag represents,
You
or
guys are
what?
supposed to uphold the law and you
'Cause
break it all the time.
I don't even see an American flag in here.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't fly the American flag. You fly this other flag.
It's blue line flag, dude. There it is again. Desecration of the flag.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You'd think they'd fly at least the American flag. Say, look, this is America. We stand for freedom.
Mhm.
Just threatened with arrest on public property. getting paid $100,000 to rent this place. Who knows how much their insurance bill is?
You do, as citizens, we are the highest.
Because he just said the taxpayer pays for their insurance when they wreck these cars.
As citizens, me and you are the highest ranking people.
Because remember I was asking you about the insurance? And you're saying the city pays for it?
Right.
So when these cop cars are pursuing somebody for a victimless crime and wreck it, the taxpayer loses money. Our property taxes go up.
Exactly.
They go up.
Yeah, they go up because the biggest bulk of the money in the expenditures come from property tax.
Okay.
You understand how that works?
No, I don't.
Here, pull it up on your computer. I'll show you how it works.
Well,
Go to the Fort Worth City's annual budget and look at what the biggest bulk of money for the police department is. It's from property
I
taxes.
don't have time to.
I'm trying to explain to you, man. You said you didn't know that. I'm trying to teach you.
Ask your questions if you know the answers. That's what I don't.
I didn't know who your insurance company was.
But you
you said-
explained the whole thing to me.
Yeah, I did explain the whole thing. I said, who pays the insurance for your police vehicles?
For your neat little video, because it's not. The stuff you're
How much
saying-
more transparent can I be, man?
sounds like you're mocking the First Amendment.
I'm mocking y'all. Y'all a bunch of clowns.
Worse come clowns.
Yeah.
For
We're your
asking who
boss.
pays your insurance because it's coming out of our pockets, that's being a
The
clown.
only clown is you.
I didn't know who your insurance company was, man. You said you're the one who said there's the
What-
city
what's your
pays
name
for
and your
your
badge
insurance. That's
number?
what you said.
What is your name and your badge number?
My name is Officer Carna. My
Carna.
badge number is 4231.
I want a complaint.
Don't
form
sit here and lie to me,
now.
man. I'm telling you the truth.
Complaint form now.
The supervisor's coming. You can-
I want a complaint form now.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but you just falsely accused me of
As
saying
citizens, we
I
are
knew
the
answer.
highest
When you
ranking
answered
people
that
in this
question.
building as citizens. Y'all need to learn the
Good
law.
God. I'm trying to be
You
transparent.
guys practicing law enforcement would be like me taking a 3-hour CPR class and trying to do brain surgery tomorrow. It's ridiculous. You guys don't have a clue what the law is or who your bosses are. We are your guys' bosses. And you just called us clowns.
Right.
Complaint form
But I'm sitting here
now.
telling you stuff that you don't know, and I can back up, and you're calling me a clown. I'm teaching you.
Complaint form
Come on, man.
now.
Jesus.
You just mocked the First
Just have some
Amendment
respect.
and called us clowns.
Did I?
Yes, you did. You said our silly little video that we're making. We're practicing our First Amendment. We're media.
We're trying to figure out where the property line is, man, and who pays y'all's insurance, and obviously we're paying you. You're not paying us.
Complaint form
So-
now. 2 of them.
2 of them. Gotcha.
And then we'll be on our way.
I just wanted to figure out where the property line was and who pays
This
the
clown
insurance.
doesn't know anything, man.
Well, he knows who pays the insurance. It's the taxpayer. The other guy said, "Oh, we have this private. We're using a private insurance company." This guy comes out and says, "No, we're using the city pays our insurance for us." So when you see all these scratches and these guys running out gas and all that,
Leave the car.
it's
running
all
for 2
fucking.
hours.
It's all us losing money, squandering away money for these guys, and then they call us the clown. Well, really, we are the clowns because we continue to pay them. That's what makes us the clowns is we continue to pay for this bullshit.
Exactly. Y'all don't have complaint forms?
He don't have complaint forms at the police department either, apparently. I want to know how much you're making, man.
We're
I
gonna do a
want to know
FOIA
how much this
request.
guy is making.
We want
Jesus
to put in a
Christ.
FOIA request right now.
The only question
We
he
wanna
answered
know
is,
your
oh,
annual salary, how much you make, how many hours you put in a week.
$300 or $100,000 a month for this building, man. And this is ridiculous, man.
Get your card.
We want to put in a Freedom of Information Act on your salary, your hours, your conduct jacket, everything. I'm putting in a verbal FOIA request now. Give me a piece of paper. I'll write down my address for you to send that information to.
My question's still the same, you know, and I was turned into this.
This is legal binding, sir. I know the law.
Where is the property line? That was it, you know.
What do you need?
I'm going to give you my email address. I just made a verbal FOIA request. I want your salary. I want your jacket, your conduct code, everything.
Jacket?
Your conduct jacket. Any
man.
incident reports?
Are you the
had?
supervisor?
I want to know your salary.
No, we're Sun Square Security.
Oh, you're a security guard?
Yes, sir.
Incident
what-
reports.
So
Everything that
I
there is
I'm
to
waiting
know
for a
about
supervisor.
you, I want.
Oh, okay.
I'm making a Freedom of Information Act request on it.
do you guys get called here?
My email address is H8RS.
Sun Square owns the buildings. That's why.
8
Sundance Square owns this building?
Yes, sir.
This ain't a police department?
LUV
Yeah, it is a building. Like you can rent a building.
ME.
They rent it out from Sun Square.
7.
You know who pays your insurance for your
gmail.com.
vehicles?
If you read it out,
Are you with the
it
police
says
department or-
Haters
No, I
Love
just said
Me
security.
7.
Yeah, it's Sun Square Security.
By law, you have 10 days to get that.
So why are you here?
It's called a
They call
FOIA
us-
request.
You got a call for what?
FOIA, FOIA,
Police
Freedom
department's
of
office,
Information
so-
Act.
Who called you?
Police department.
Yeah, you're
The
gonna
police
learn
department
something
called you
today,
the
buddy.
security guard.
Yeah, we own the
You hear this, Harvey?
What?
The police department is called security guards. And can you tell us what it's in regards to?
They just said we had to show up.
You have to show up?
Yep.
Well, my understanding, we're waiting for this guy's supervisor because we would like to know where the public and the private property lines are for this building. This guy was threatened with arrest in what we believe was a public parking lot.
No, the parking lot owns Percent Square, sir.
What's that?
Percent Square owns that.
Yeah,
But this is supposed to be owned by the public.
Taxpayers rent it from you. That makes this.
You guys have the power to make arrest? This police department?
If you're trespassing.
This is hilarious. The police.
He says if you're
department called
trespassing.
Security guards.
I've never seen this before.
Who's
Police
the
department.
clowns now? The police department called security guards, and
So-
you called me a clown.
I guess there's some discrepancy with who owns the
Lose
parking
that-
lot.
Don't lose that FOIA request. That is a crime.
I wasn't actually in the
It's a
parking lot.
crime. You got 10 days.
If you guys don't mind stepping aside, we have other business to conduct here.
Go ahead,
You go
sir.
ahead. I'm waiting here for somebody.
Yes, sir. I'm coming because.
Have you ever seen that
All
before?
right, I think we're
I
done.
need to know.
You don't want to talk to supervisor because I just want to verify where the property line is.
14 years old.
I knew the city was paying for their insurance.
He
I knew they were paying.
Oh.
So you're the we've been waiting for a supervisor. We was curious if you're him. You're the supervisor? Okay, there was a mix-up earlier. We believe this. He thinks he knows for a fact that this property over here is public.
This is a police department. It's public property. I was just threatened with arrest to leave that parking lot. The public parking lot. It's
But-
open to the public.
Right, but if they ask you to leave, then you have to leave.
It's an unlawful order.
Do you have
It's called
a
criminal trespass.
blueprint of where your property line
You can't
is?
criminally trespass somebody off of public property unless they've committed a crime. No, you cannot. This is
If you
public
go to a
property.
restaurant and they refuse to
That's a
serve,
private business, sir. This is public
if
property.
you go
Our
to
tax
a-
dollars pay
a
for this.
grocery store.
That's private property. This is public property.
This isn't owned by the city. This is owned by the
You
Bass.
guys rent it from Bass.
You
That
guys have
makes
the
it
power to make
public
arrests?
property.
You have the power to make arrest?
Yes.
You do? So that means you're working for the public.
Yes, but if they ask you to leave off of a private, this is not public.
How is the police department
Once
private?
you guys
The
rent it,
front lobby is public.
Okay.
sir, there's no trespassing signs anywhere.
And you're also, I believe your receptionist had mentioned, you guys also receive insurance for your vehicles from taxpayer money?
We're self-insured.
Yeah, and where's the money come from?
Self-insured.
So it comes from who?
I'm not in finance. So
Well, what we believe it's coming from is the city hall's paying for your insurance.
you can believe what you want to believe.
So if we're paying for your guys' salaries and we're
it's the
paying for
law.
your insurance for your vehicles, how can you declare yourself a private business?
I'm not going to sit here and debate this with you.
We're not debating. We're telling you
It's not a
what the law
debate.
is,
It's
and you're
actually a
wrong.
public parking lot. sir.
Period.
What is it you need?
We want to know where the property line is because you don't have no trespassing on any of this. And I would also like to know who pays for your insurance.
I don't know.
All public.
Then call the investigative
This is all
IA.
public property. If I wanted to go sit down and eat lunch,
Call
at that picnic
investigative
table right
IA.
here, I can.
Right, but if they ask you to leave, then you have to leave.
The way the law is, on public property, you
Okay.
cannot be trespassed unless you've committed a crime.
You said
have
call-
not committed a crime.
You said call IA.
Call IA.
Who's that?
Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs. So you get money through Internal Affairs as well?
What's your name and your badge?
I said Internal Affairs is it funding you?
That's our.
Then why would I call Internal Affairs about a property line issue? Excuse me.
Apparently, there's a issue that you have. That we
I mean,
cannot
my issue is that this guy was threatened for the arrest on what we believe is public property.
For walking on property
So
that I paid
how
for.
can we get a blueprint or some type of diagram to show where the
How's the police
Well, that's
property line
you would
is?
call,
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm just trying to be
call Bass
transparent.
Security, Bass Hall. They're the ones that own the building. They're the ones that have the property lines.
You guys rent the building.
That don't make sense at all.
I don't know. I don't do finance, so I can't tell you what we rent.
It's not finance. It's about a property line,
Oh, so
sir.
they just let y'all stay here for free.
I don't know.
It appears as though we are paying for their salaries, but they declare themselves a private
Your
business.
name's right here,
Yeah, right there.
Keith.
right there. I don't know how to read. Is that really your name right here, or you just?
What else
So
can I
there's
help
no
you with?
there's no type of in writing, no type of blueprint to determine that is a private parking lot. We're just going based off your word.
You're
I
going
got
based
officer
off it.
right here,
If we
badge
ask you to
number.
leave and you refuse to leave, that is the breaking.
I was never actually asked to leave.
What's your badge number, officer, right here?
Just to be clear, I wasn't asked to leave.
Sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant, right here.
So why
Badge
would we just go based on your word? Why don't you go?
Key.
We believe it's a
Badge
public
number.
parking lot. You're saying it's not. You really can't prove that it's
Key.
not. So why would we just go off your word?
I mean, it's your choice, man.
So you're saying it's. We're just trying to determine
They
who's.
ask you to leave.
So who has power of attorney over this property?
Bass.
The Bass Brothers.
Right there.
So this is their own private police department then? You're saying the Bass Brothers own this police department? But you said they have power of attorney over the property. It's no longer public. So who
We're renting
owns
the
it?
property, right?
Oh, now you know you're renting it. Just a minute ago you said you
If
didn't know.
the Bass says you gotta leave, you gotta leave.
The owner of the Bass said we had to leave?
Yeah, y'all can tell us we got to leave, but y'all
Okay,
are
so we
violating our
have a
rights.
right to face our accuser. You're going to bring Mr. Bass out here and
You
him
guys
that
just
person asked us to
violated
leave?
our rights. And we told you were violating.
So
our
then
rights,
who
and
asked
you
you-
did it anyway? So that means you lose your qualified immunity.
So you're saying
That means I can
he
go
was
after
asked
your
by the owner to
pension, your
leave,
house,
but
your
you just
boat.
said the Bass Brothers didn't ask him to leave.
Now you're twisting my words.
So what did you
Is
say,
there anything
man?
else I can
If I
help you
twist it, what did you say,
You got a
man?
badge number?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you have a badge number?
It's public.
360.
It's
That's what I
Is there
thought.
anything else I can help you with?
Yeah. Why would we take your
You're
word that it's private property?
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, that don't make sense to me. I'm sorry.
Get back to work. Stop embarrassing yourselves.
They said apparently the owner of the building, which is the Bass Brothers, asked you to leave.
And all this.
I don't get it. Maybe
All right, let's go.
it's me. I don't get it. How is it private?
Let's make sure we're not
Whenever they
being
just admitted they're paying